I am Angie Ipong. I come from a peasant family. But I worked with my parents when I was small. But my mother was so interested that we go to school because she said that the only legacy she can give us is an education. So I went to college and I'm a teacher by profession. So I taught for 4 years. But later I thought that maybe teaching in the school is not the best. So I said, I joined the Mission Society and we worked in the sugarcane fields of Negros among the sugar workers. There I saw the sufferings of the sugar workers. But then later, we were invited by the Merino fathers to work in the plantations that were booming. That was the banana plantations in Mindanao. So there I saw how the multinationals were encroaching in the lands of the peasants. So I said, oh my goodness, it was happening with my father who became a tenant in our own land, and this is happening in Negros, and here it's happening also in Mindanao. So I said, definitely I must really give myself to the peasantry. So from there on, I worked with the peasants. For almost 40 years of my life, I was working with the peasants. But one day, we were having a meeting of the women and men leaders of peasants, and suddenly there came this group of army, military men from the government, and they started to go around and then pick me up, arrested me. And I said, wait, what do you want? Show me your arrest order. But they said, no, it's not needed. They dragged me, they handcuffed me right away, dragged me into a van and blindfolded me. Thereon I did not see anything anymore where I was being brought, who were bringing me. Anyway, they brought me from camp to camp. I was incommunicado for 12 days, no right to counsel, and I was tortured and sexually molested. The worst thing they did to me was they undressed me. They started to beat me with my head, and my shoulders, and my hips, and the worst thing, they undressed me. And they started to touch my private parts. And I said, don't do this to me. Don't do what you don't want to do to your mothers and your sisters. But they were laughing with mockery. And I said, wow, I could not believe that such a thing could happen to a 60-year-old woman like me. Anyway, I said, they left me, but they turned on the air conditioner full blast. So I was shivering in the cold. I was handcuffed that way, my back, and then they left me. Then I said, I could not believe such a thing could be done to a 60-year-old woman like me. And I said, something I must be able to tell the world. I am protesting against what they are doing to me. But if I shout, they will be down to hear me. So I said, what can I do? You know, I made my hunger strike for 12 days. I did not eat anything. And definitely they heard. Because after 12 days, they brought me to a regular detention center. There I saw my charges. I was charged with 2 counts of rebellion, double murder, double attempted murder, and arson. I said, my goodness, after all the almost 40 years of my life working with the peasants, now I am facing criminal charges. I said, what crime have I done? Is it a crime to serve the peasants? No.